Who else has been craving wings during this lockdown? I know I definitely have. This is Nick and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna cook up some chicken drumsticks. We're gonna do some buffalo style and some barbecue style so you can have the taste of your favorite restaurant right at home. I'll show you just how easy it is. Stay tuned. Now it's time to get to work on our barbecue sauce. First, I like to start with some ketchup. Usually for a smaller batch, I like to use about half a cup, and I usually just eyeball it. Put it right in just like that. And you can always add more as needed once you taste it while you're cooking, which is always important. Taste what you're making. Now I like to add a decent amount here of Worcestershire sauce, just like that, probably about a tablespoon. Then I'm gonna add about that much of the hot sauce as well, just for a little extra bite and kick. Just like so. Now I don't know who doesn't love a sweet barbecue sauce, so I'm gonna add some brown sugar right to that. About equal to the ketchup. And I'm just gonna eyeball this as well. Sprinkle that right in, just like so. Then also I've already got some prepared barbecue spice rub that I made myself. And I'll post the ingredients and recipes to that right here on the side for you. So I'm gonna add a little taste of that right there. On top of that, I do like to add a little bit of onion powder, a little additional. Just like so, just a pinch. And also a pinch of that garlic powder as well. Just like so. And on top of that, I am going to add some seedless blackberry jam. And it's going to give this a little more of a unique barbecue flavor than your traditional sauces. Just like that. Then last but not least, I cannot forget the butter. Let me grab some here. I like using unsalted butter and salting to taste. Sometimes that salted butter can have just a little bit too much salt. So let me cut off about 3 tablespoons, nice and easy. I'm one of those guys who can never find what he needs in the kitchen. Especially when it's drying right in my drying rack. So I'm gonna go ahead and dice that down just a little bit there. So it's gonna melt a little bit easier once I throw this on the stove. Just like so. And who doesn't love a little bit of butter in about everything they make? Now, we gotta get this on the stove top and get it cooking down. Now, once we have this on the stove top, we're gonna crank it over there to a low heat. And while that's melting down and doing its thing, we're gonna add a little bit of water to it, just to let it evaporate while it cooks down so your sauce doesn't get too thick. Now the kitchen's all about experimenting and making huge messes, trust me on that one. And while we got that going, reducing down, you can tell what it might need while looking at it. Looking here, looks like I might add just a little more ketchup to that. About like so. And we're gonna give it a good mix there as it starts to heat up. Just get everything nice and incorporated together. I always try to break down the jam I add with the wooden spoon I'm stirring with. Now be sure to go with a seedless jam if you're trying this, because I don't know, a lot of folks are very hesitant to enjoy blackberry seeds within their food. So we're gonna let this go here for just a minute or so. And you'll see that butter melting down. And usually I'll let it go here for about 30 minutes, give or take. Now the only way to know if it's tasting right and working right is to give it a taste when it's time. And you can see after being on the heat for just a few minutes or so, everything's starting to come together nicely. We're gonna keep letting this go on the low heat until it gets to your desired thickness. The kitchen is more of an art than a science. Now making your buffalo sauce is going to be the easier of the two sauces. What you're going to do first is put the rest of the butter from what you used in the barbecue sauce into a saucepan, sauce pot, skillet, anything, and let it melt down on a very low heat. You don't want to burn the butter, you just want to get it nice and melted. So once we get that melted down, I'll show you just how easy it is to make that restaurant style buffalo sauce. Now be sure to stir your barbecue sauce every now and again. You don't want anything sticking and burning to the bottom of the pan. Now I think right now is a good point to give it a taste and see what it needs. Grab a little bit just like so. It's tasting pretty good so far. I'm gonna let this keep going and give it another taste here in about another 15 minutes. Now that our butter's melted, we're gonna take it right off the heat there and let it cool down to about room temperature, not a little higher. And then I'll show you the next step. Now that my butter is nice and cooled off, I'm gonna add that directly to the mixing bowl. I'm gonna mix the drumsticks in. So I'm gonna pour it right in, just like that. Get every little last drip there, folks. That should be enough. Now, I told you this was simple. Super simple. Now we're gonna add about an equal amount of our hot sauce, same one that we added to our barbecue. So we're just gonna let that all glug, glug, glug right in there. Just like so. And we're gonna give it a good mix. Just like this. Get everything nice and incorporated together. All right, and once it's good and mixed, we're gonna give it a taste, make sure it's perfect for us. That's good. It's been about 30 minutes and our barbecue sauce looks like it's about done. The best way to tell is to take your stirring spoon, get a good glug of it right on the end there, and see how well it sticks. You can see how it's not sliding off immediately and clinging very well to the spoon. That's just about perfect. So I'm gonna turn that right off the heat and let that cool down to room temperature. Now that our chicken has been thawing out here on the counter, it's almost ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this pan nice and oiled up there with a non-stick spray of your choice. So we're gonna give that a nice little spray there. Make sure nothing's sticking to that pan. And we're going to make sure everything's sanitized. Wash our hands as much as possible when you're handling raw chicken. So we get everything nice and clean over here. So I'm gonna apply the chicken right to the pan and give it just 2 spices. Now that we have our chicken right on the pan, we're gonna apply just a little bit of salt. Help develop a little bit more crispy exterior. And of course, some freshly ground black pepper. Never use the pre-ground stuff. You lose a lot of flavor when that stuff's been set and exposed and tore apart. Just like so. Now we're gonna let our oven come right up to temp and we'll be ready to rock and roll. We have the oven set right now to 400. I'm gonna get that cooking for about 30 minutes. Now the cook time might vary and the temperatures might vary depending on your oven. Everyone's a little bit different. Now the biggest thing is we're gonna use a meat thermometer to ensure that we're getting the internal temperature of this chicken to 165. We don't want any of those bad bacteria sticking around while we're chowing down. Now it's time to get that chicken right in the oven. All right, our chicken should be about done there. Let's give it a check and make 100% sure. Smells great, I'll tell you that. Looking beautiful, looking beautiful. Let's see that tip. So I always have a nice little meat thermometer here I put right in. So let's check this chicken out. Now let's check this chicken out and make sure it's right up to temp. Take the biggest one here, I'm gonna plop that right in. Looks like our chicken's right at that 165-degree mark. So we're ready to rock and roll and get this in some sauce once it cools down just a little bit. Now we got the chicken still cooling off just a little. It's almost there. Let's go ahead and add our barbecue sauce to the other bowl, where we're gonna mix the chicken in to coat it with all these delicious flavors. Don't be afraid to scoop it all out with a spoon. This stuff's so good you don't want to waste a drop. All right, now that we've got that in our bowl, our chicken's there and ready to be added. All right, we're gonna go ahead and add our chicken right to the bowl. I think I've got right around 12 pieces here. I want it to still be kind of warm when I'm doing this, so I'm gonna do 6 in the buffalo style and 6 in the barbecue style. So I'm just gonna toss the chicken right into the bowl with the sauce, just like so. Same with the barbecue. Now it's the fun part. It's time to give them a toss. All right, so we're gonna get these tossed right up. We're gonna start with the buffalo style here. So all I do is give it a nice little swirl, up and over. You're gonna make a mess, trust me. But that's what they invented paper towels for. You can see right there, I've got a lot right on the floor. But we're gonna continue to mix it there. So it gets that nice good coverage by the sauce. You can see there, they're nice and saucy. I'm gonna let them soak another minute and give them another toss. Now it's on to the barbecue. I'm gonna do another spin move there. It's like doing the hula hoop, only a lot more messy. The barbecue sauce is always a little easier to work with because it is thicker. So you can see those are nice and beautifully coated right there. Move in. You can see there, cooking's a very messy art. Now it's time to get these plated right up, but I forgot one ingredient, the most important ingredient. Paper towels. You're gonna wanna start with a whole roll with a recipe like this. Now let's get them plated up and see right how they taste. Barbecue's looking nice and beautiful there. Let's take a peek at a few of the buffalo here and see how they look as well. Looking beautiful, looking beautiful. Bang. Can anybody tell me what's a better feeling than looking at some beautiful chicken drumsticks coated in your flavor and a choice? I don't know who can. Now I know the hardest part about this whole recipe is deciding which one you want to eat first. I think I'm gonna go and try that buffalo sauce first. That smell is just getting to me. Mmm. 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 Mmm, so good. Mmm. Mmm. Now it's time to, I guess, give that barbecue a try. Mmm, look how well that sauce is clinging right to the drumstick. That's what you want. Mmm. They're both delicious. Mmm. Like I said, you're gonna need a lot of paper towels. I'm not sure which one's better. Is there any better feeling in the world than enjoying food that you made through your sweat, love, and tears? I don't think there is. Try this recipe at home and let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon to be alerted to my newest content. Y'all keep up that cooking lifestyle. Take care.